In the name of the warrior, I charge you to be brave. In the name of the Father, I charge you to be just. In the name of the Mother, I charge you to protect the young and innocent.
This shit means something to me, man.
We now have a new entry into the story of Westeros. A more dialed back story for sure, but it's hard hitting nonetheless. Although the recipe for success may have been different for shows like Game of Thrones and House of the Dragon, but we should all know there's more than one way to cook a steak. It doesn't matter if you cook with garlic or balsamic. Good food is good food. So without further ado, let's talk about... Now, as I might have mentioned before, this show is very stripped down. This isn't a show about dragons, zombies, and blood magic. This is the tale of the hedge knight named Sir Duncan the Tall, whose life will change after a joust tourney. What this show does well is keeping you invested in something that could be written off as trivial. You want to know Dunk's story. You want to see him win this tourney. Me and my friends were watching this together, and we were just dying to see him put people in their place and to fight to get the recognition he deserves. The show has you right where they want you, and that's when they flip it on you. After a few episodes, and just when it feels like you're finally gaining some traction, you suddenly realize how small Sir Duncan actually is in the grand scheme of things. One bad decision, one misunderstanding, and one wrong Targaryen, and everything can fall apart. What I loved is that these stakes aren't world-ending. They're just personal to Duncan. It's about honor, pride, class, and survival. Dunk isn't fighting to save the realm. He's fighting to protect the innocent. He's fighting for the honor of his master, and he's fighting for a chance at a better life. Every victory feels earned. Every setback feels unfair, yet real. And when the politics of the Targaryens start creeping in around the edges, you see how dangerous this all can be, even without dragons flying around. And who doesn't love a good underdog story? The dragons and mythical shit is amazing. I really do love that aspect of Game of Thrones and House of the Dragon. But I'm here to see if this man that comes from absolutely nothing can bet on himself and rise above his circumstances. By the time you reach the later episodes, you're invested not just in the story of a simple hedge knight, but in the kind of victory that makes you feel good. It's humble, it's grounded, and it's powerful in a way that the bigger, flashier shows sometimes miss. You can't help but to cheer for Duncan, even when knowing the odds are stacked against him. And that's the magic of this show. Also, this is a little more lighthearted show. I love the jokes in here. I laughed quite a bit. And it's not MCU level humor, where it feels like you're having a gun to your temple with the comedy. It's fresh and witty, and something that feels a bit different for these Game of Thrones-esque shows. And that plays a big part into why I love it. There's something refreshing about watching a character who doesn't have all the answers. Dunk isn't politically savvy. Dunk's weird and goofy, but in a good way. He isn't scheming 3 steps ahead and playing mental chess. He reacts with his gut, and sometimes to his own detriment. And it makes him frustrating at times, yes, but it also makes him real. You can see him learning in real time, understanding that honor in theory and honor in practice are 2 very different things in a world like this. The fact that he's literally just a huge awkward motherfucker makes it hard to not like the guy. And that grounded, character-first storytelling is what gives this show its quiet power. It reminds you that sometimes the most compelling fantasy stories don't have to be about gods and monsters. It can literally just be about a dude with a sword and his dream. That's all you need to be captivated. That's all you need to cheer. And that's why it just works. There's great acting, a great score, and great humor. I definitely think you guys will love this show if you just give it a chance.